Welcome back to Frostpunk, the last autumn. Now, in the last episode, we had our coal piles deplete. We have basically stripped the entire area of trees. We got the dock up, and we are importing coal because we are going to need coal quite a bit. We have about enough coal to run for 6 more hours, so I doubt that we will be able to run the ventilation plant properly today. Thankfully, the toxic gases level is at low currently, which means that we'll probably just turn off the ventilation plants and get more coal in before anything else. Also, someone has pointed out the fact that, in multiple comments too, thank you, I need to remember to set the ventilation plant working hours to the same working hours as I have on the generator parts that I'm working on. Now, we want to put this to 6 to 20, and that's what we'll have to do with the ventilation plants as well, of course. So thank you so much for that tip. Someone also mentioned that it was not a good idea to cut down all the trees. However, since I have pre-recorded, a little bit too late for that. We'll just continue cutting down the final few trees we have. And yeah, that'll be that. I'm not sure how we can access this shipwreck, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. We have completed the research for the boosted forager carts, which means that they now move 100% faster, which is a good thing. I would take the infirmary research, but steam cores, no, not happy with that. So I guess that the next thing we should consider is steam reloading station and advanced docks. I think we'll take steam reloading station first, or reloading station. Actually, no, we need 2 steam cores before we can even build one of those. Let's take advanced docks then, and start up the game. We have 52 workers available currently. We can put 20 of them in the machine shop. We don't need any in the foundry. This sawmill can use a few workers. This one has workers. This one has workers, but the rest of the workers will have to go in these coal piles, which we also need to set to extended work hours. Foragers have reached the site 120. This place eerily resembles our own camp, but destroyed by fire and riots. It seems that their generator was very nearly completed before it blew up. A tragic end. Site 120 has been destroyed by a violent rebellion. Unburied bodies lie everywhere. We found no survivors. Peeking into the generator pit, we saw even more bodies scattered at the bottom. Judging from their clothes, most of the victims were engineers. All buildings are in ruin, gutted by fire or wrecked on purpose. We will gather whatever supplies we can find and leave this terrible place. Site discovered: snowy hills. Get 10 support frames. Let's go up to the snowy hills. Numerous footprints lead from Site 120 towards the snow-covered hills. Some survivors, or maybe perpetrators, must have fled there. Something's going on down here. News from London, our last hope. Thank you for investigating Site 120. We were sorry to hear of their fate. Surely the workers you took in must know more than they are letting on. We strongly suspect that subversive elements are hiding among them and urge you to keep an eye out for dangerous syndicalists. According to reports from all over the globe, the cooling shows no sign of slowing down. With the other generator project scrapped, your site is now Liverpool's last hope if the evacuation becomes necessary. So we have subversive elements among us, You can count on us. I don't even know if there's anything we can do about that. Radical activists. An engineer known for his criticism of your official doctrine was ambushed by some masked workers. They beat him bloody and told him, "We are building a new world, so watch it, you fat leech. If you're not with us, you're against us." What do you have to say about it? I condemn all violence. Discontent will fall slightly. Don't know how many of these we're going to need. But I don't think we have the... Oh, we do have those. We also have plenty of metal currently, so... I like these fancy... I'm not sure if they're conveyor belts or what they are, but they look quite cool. How are we for housing at the moment? We have 83 vacant beds, and the generator construction is going well. So 59, 67. How many tents did we have? We have room for 330. Survivors from the south, spreading an anxiety. Sir, people we rescued from the workers' camp, those who fled from the failed generator site, are unhappy with life in our camp. They complain about workplace safety and overtime. They call the work conditions inhumane. They claim that our camp resembles their own too much. What's worse, our people listen to them and grow anxious. So we can get people's militia or security outposts, but we probably need that quite soon. We will ignore them. We have no other choice. Let's get the steam reloading station next. Those security they're up here, People's Militia. Too fond of that, because if it's like the other we have to pass that when we can. I'll probably get a was it worth it as a result, but I want to build a few more tents so that we can also eventually pass the law that gives us the ability to reduce how many people are living in a building. Foragers have reached the snowy hills and a transport has arrived with 10 prostheses. Good. We followed the fugitives into the foothills but lost the trail there. The freshly fallen snow has covered all footprints. Search might provide steel and wood. Abandoned burden. Searching the area, we found some resources scattered around. The fugitives must have left all inessential supplies behind to lighten their load before entering the hills. There's no telling what happened to them, but considering the remoteness of this land and the harsh climate, they are likely to die of starvation and exposure before finding help. That's a nice cache of resources. Let's go up to the mountain pass. How long is it going to take you guys to build this reloading station? I can't really build more reloading stations, but there are 2 piles on each of these docks. It might be worth considering moving those resource depots elsewhere. And build a few of them there. Tear this one down because it's for wood. We have plenty of space for that currently. And I think we will take the workers out of this dock. And eventually turn this into a wood collection dock. These guys are done. I don't think we need more prostheses, nor do we need more workers at the moment, so let's order a steam core. Finally, they're done out here. Now, how is the coal situation now? Now we're getting enough coal. Well, let's turn on the ventilation plants again. And we might even be able to turn on one of the bathhouses now. Actually, we might even be able to turn on both of them. Yep. Foragers have reached the mountain pass. It seems that an avalanche came down on here not long ago. Hoof tracks disappear in the avalanche field. Did the reindeer cause it? Move on. We'll save that for the other group of foragers. Send these back and then we'll send them out to the rock arch. We need to build another support frame. But this one needs to finish first, apparently. No, there we go. Set this to safety. Put workers in there. Not sure how we got 30 workers, because it did say... Oh, because of the prosthetics, of course. Motivation is dropping. So the work safety is safe, and we also have some buildings on unhealthy. There we go, now they are safe and safe. steam reloading station has been researched. Let's build 8 more of these. Gathering optimization. Reloading stations will be 10% more efficient. That seems quite reasonable. This one can be set to steel. Discontent raises global strike risk by 1, so we need to do something about discontent now. Well, we can always go here, do motivational speech, which will increase the motivation again, but I'm not sure how to decrease discontent currently. How much does that building cost to build? 1520. Could build one there, but I think we'll build one there. Would be nice to have one here as well. Then we have to tear down the bathhouse and tents. We don't need one on the fishing harbor. Would be nice to have on these buildings, but guess we can... I don't consider it critical at the moment. We're done with one of the support frames, so the other thing we need is build the core. Over here we have so few people working that is not an issue. Prosthesis shipments back in business. A beaming worker approaches you, walking stiffly on a newly fitted prosthesis that you had shipped from the homeland for him. I just wanted to thank you. I was slowly going mad working in the care house for half pay. Now I'm back in business. Motivation rises slightly. Gathering optimization has been researched. $150, $100. There isn't really anything we need. I don't know what the high flow filters does, but I'm guessing that it just increases efficiency. Let's get the large resource depot. Set this one to food rations, and then we need, of all things, we need a gathering post down here. I want it to be covered with by the labor union, no, the workers, whatever it's called, council square. This one is done. I also think we want to have labor council square out here. And then we can build one out here as well. We don't need that road anymore, so we can remove this road. We can build the council square there. It should cover everything. And we can also build a gathering post there. Foragers number 3 have returned safely to the city with 150 steel, 230 wood and 10 structural profiles. Let's send them down to the rock arch next. Is it possible to... Yes, it is. So we can get those final trees removed as well. This one can be dismantled. I don't think there's any more trees out here, so that's fine. This one will finish tomorrow. Need workers in here. Set them to... Actually, let's set them to regular work hours. Transport has arrived with 1 steam core. Then we can order another one. Not prosthetics. Did we get the advanced steam reloading station? Yes, we did. Suspicious fire. A fire devastated the construction site. Thankfully, it broke out after working hours, so there are no victims. The speed with which it spread is suggestive of arson, and people report seeing someone loitering around the site shortly before the fire. Construction progress was set back slightly, and the site is cluttered with fire debris. We'll go with safety. We are 5 days ahead of schedule, so that should be fine. Let's take these guys out of that building and put them over here. And make 5 steel composites. Motivation falls. Large resource depot has been researched. Not sure if we need anything else then. Guess we could take supercharge and then get advanced supercharge. We can pass a new law, and we need to pass the People's Militia law.
Attention, regulations change.
And that should give us the option to build the People's Militia, so let's build that. Foragers have reached the rock arch. This strangely symmetrical rock formation looks like something built with human hand, but it's of completely natural origin. Sites discovered, closed tavern. It's hard to believe our eyes, but what we see looks like a typical roadside tavern. Supercharge researched. We can use 5 steam exchanger to instantly advance by 10%, and we can upgrade that to 20%. So let's do that. Put this one back to regular work hours because we don't need that. Survivors from the south, thankless bastards. Sir, workers who you so selflessly decided to rescue talked our people into going on strike. They now demand safe working conditions, shorter working hours, healthier food, better accommodation, and good salary. There's absolutely no way we could satisfy those demands. What shall we do? Let them strike. The foundry is on strike. Let's negotiate with them. Workers are angry and refuse to work. They shout about exploitation, terrible working conditions, and deadly dangers they face daily. Let's try to appease them. No, oh dear. Comfortable quarters, that's something I want to pass anyway, so let's do that. And the current coal situation is good. So let's build another bathhouse. There, I think. Not there. Let's build it there then. And then we can also build another chapel. That is slightly annoying. Build it there. We can put down some tents around this area here. The goal of removing the tents that are not covered by a chapel and a bathhouse simultaneously. Which would be the 5 tents over here. I think we have enough room for that to remove those now. Yeah, by far. Let's tear down these tents. We need workers in here now. People's Militia has been established. Motivation rises. -2 strike risk in all workplaces. We have some troublemakers. I'm not sure what we can do with those, but let's put some workers in here and also resources. Let's build a large resource depot up there.
The workday is over. Report for your voluntary duties.
Foragers have reached the closed tavern. The tavern looks deserted. The signboard over the door says Pole Star, l'Étoile Polaire. The second name is in French. Really? Good old times. The tavern isn't abandoned at all. A rotund man is bustling about, hefting crates and trunks over a sledge. He introduces himself as the owner of this fine establishment. While the French were around, I had patrons all day, workers curing hangover with a breakfast, engineers drinking buckets of coffee over their maps and blueprints, and in the evening all together working hard on the next hangover. All of them chatting in bloody French. Now it's over. Take whatever you need. I'm leaving for good. Sites discovered. Railroad track, and we get 72 food rations. Let's move on to the railroad track then. Okay, so we can build the core now. What's going on here? Core requires 25 steel composites. Ouch. Please don't tell me that my mouse has gone back to... It seems it has. Advanced supercharged researched. Not sure if we need anything else after that. Okay, but we do need 5 more of these. We don't have the coal for it though. What's up with the safety here? Take out the workers. Okay, so they are gathering here. Let's put 15 workers on that pile. As for the coal up here, we have 1 steam core in excess, so I guess that if we get the steam reloading station, we can upgrade this one. Transport has arrived with 1 steam core. Let's order another one. People have reached the railroad track. The railroad track runs from one horizon to the other. It is enormous. The rails are almost knee-high and run on very wide sleepers. We've discovered the trapper's cabin and 3 graves. Let's move on to the 3 graves. Turn this one on. We have 4 tents that are not covered and the care house. But since it's a new day, I think that this is a good spot to end the episode. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next one.